Alrighty, this is a Quicksilver by Livin Lite 8.1 pop-up. I'm going to do a review on it. There's some things that I really like about it, some things I don't like about it. Overall, I think it's a really great pop-up, value-oriented pop-up. But before I get to any of that, I think it's important that you kind of realize where I'm coming from. When I was a lot younger, I used to go to Cape May every summer with my grandfather. I'm the oldest of 4 boys, but the next youngest kid is 5 years younger than me. So I spent a lot of time with my grandfather down in Cape May, and the first trailer that we had was just a cap with a back door on it, on an old pickup bed that was mounted to some kind of homemade trailer frame or something. And that was it. It had 2 bunks on either side and a porta potty in there. And that's pretty much how my RVing, experience started out. Later on, when my next youngest brother got old enough, my parents got a traditional travel trailer, still very small. I was like maybe only 8 years old at the time. So I can't recall exactly how long it was, and my parents are older and can't quite remember either. So I'm going to say it was, way less than like 12 feet. 16 feet probably would have been enormous back then. And we did some RVing. Anyway, fast forward to my teenage years and beyond, a lot of backpacking experience. I grew up very close to the Appalachian Trail, so it was always had access to those kinds of hiking trails in the woods. And eventually, through college and grad school and stuff, still did a lot of hiking, backpacking. Eventually married a girl who was very outdoorsy. Similar experience growing up, mainly like car camping and stuff like that. But since we've been married, a lot of backpacking, a lot of kayak camping, canoe camping, stuff like that. Fast forward a little bit more, you have kids. Even though you put them in one of those Kelty child carriers, you can day hike with them and stuff like that. Very difficult to do any kind of like real backpacking with kids, as a lot of you I'm sure know. And kind of got put on hold for a little while. Now that they're older, recently got back into it. They're pre-teens, our kids. And over the last decade, it's been a dream to have some kind of pop-up, but several factors always played into it. Like I wanted to have enough cash to pay for it. I didn't want to have any kind of payments on something that was, a luxury item basically. It needed to be small enough to fit in my barn / garage, whatever you would like to call it. And it had to be able to be towed by what is our family car. My wife drives a Jeep Wrangler, so a big trailer wasn't going to make sense. It certainly wasn't going to make sense financially, to not have payments. Even if I could afford something, say $15,000, $20,000, which might have been possible, there's no way I could get it in the garage, and there's no way that I could tow it with the vehicle that she normally uses. And there was no way I was going to buy a new vehicle. She's a stay-at-home mom, my wife, so her Jeep is, has lasted a long time. It's going to last a lot longer. I'm just not buying a bigger vehicle. That said, it also we're kind of, frugal with the money, so I'm very hesitant. My wife too would be very hesitant to buy something that you were never going to make your money back out of. And I don't mean make your money back in the sense of selling it someday. I mean just to have it pay for itself. This Livin Lite was, it's a 2013, paid $7,200 for it. By the time you figure in a hitch, the battery which came with it, and a trailer hitch, the wiring harness, all the little things that you need to make that happen, with tax came out to be about $8,000, which it's pretty cheap for something brand new. There's definitely pop-ups that cost a lot more. That said, this is like a bare bones minimum pop-up, as you'll see, as are actually the vast majority of the Livin Lite pop-ups. They're very bare bones. So If you're looking for something with a lot of luxury, something that's just like, staying in a hotel room, is really not going to be it for you. Anyway, so $8,000, you figure if you save $100 a day by staying in a campground, cooking your own meals, as opposed to staying in a hotel with, family of 4, plus, eating out once or twice a day while you're on the road, whatever. If you figure the $100 that you're saving every day, 80 days of sleeping in this, 80 nights, pretty much gonna break even on it. It's not gonna owe me any money after that. All right, so anyway, that's my background. I'm not an RV expert. I do have a lot of experience sleeping outside. I have a lot of experience, in the outdoors generally, but as far as being, some kind of RV wizard, that's not me. This is just going to be my opinion as a returning newbie, if you will, to the RV world, and also in something very, very basic. And just as far as philosophy goes, we're not the kind of family to like hang out at a campground. This is mainly used because we just came back from a decently long trip, that it's mainly used as like a base camp type thing. So again, if you're really interested in hanging out at the campground and being comfortable in the sense that you would be comfortable in your living room, it's probably not the camper for you. All right, besides reviewing the trailer and the campgrounds that we stayed in over our last trip, I'm going to be reviewing things like this snap tool, which on a pop-up that uses a lot of snaps, it's a pretty critical tool actually. I'm going to review certain stuff like that, the porta potty, stuff like that you guys can look forward to. So I apologize for the sunglasses, but obviously the sun's directly in my face. I didn't want to be squinting at the camera. I'm not really a great host to begin with. The hosting, or the sun right in my eyes would have only made it worse. So there you go. I do think I pull off the Wileys no problem. So, All right, that's it for now. We'll do, before I put it away, I'm gonna like reopen it, go through the inside, we'll go through some mods that had to be made before we left, some things that happened along the road that have to be fixed, and go further into the philosophy of why a Livin Lite, I think, is a really good value compared to, something from another company. And that's it. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you watching.